Hello and welcome back to our playthrough of Gran Turismo 3 on the PS2. It's day 178, 98,000 in the bank, which is a lot better than how we've been doing of late. And it's all change. Good evening, everyone. Lovely to see you here for the first of the stream version of this series. Josh, good evening. Oi, oi. Oi, oi. Oi. No, can't do it. Sorry. I'm not a lad. I'm not a lads, hashtag lad guy. But be lucky. No, can't do it. Bois, forgot you existed. Yeah, same. I had a pretty good week. Hope you're well. More GT3. Let's go for first last. Good to see you. Box, good to see you. Peter, hello. Screamlight, you are welcome to lurk. Hope you're well. Martins, I hope you enjoy your trip. Congratulations on Flo's success at the Oscars. I hope you enjoy what you see tonight. And yeah, we are back in Gran Turismo 3, where it is all change. Before we get kicked off, I would just like to give a tribute to my big chunky boy here. This is the behemoth that is already collecting dust, that I've used to play almost every single game on this channel so far. I bought this on launch day in March of 2007. It's the only console I've ever queued up for at midnight to get. Yeah, I had probably high school it would have been the next morning, but I still got in a game of MotorStorm before I went to bed. And yeah, it is starting to die on me, so I need to have a look at maybe trying to restore it or look after it. But yeah, we have moved on to the emulator for this series now. The only series that is still going on inside this thing is Formula 1 98. I swear to God, if this breaks and I have to start again, so I'm looking after it. But yes, thank you and goodbye to Big Chungus there. But now we are back and using an emulator. I've tweaked with the settings. We'll see how we go. It might be a little bit of a trial and error situation, but we'll see how things go. Hope things go okay as ever. First time trying stuff out, so if there's any issues with game volume, things being synced up, or general picture, or if you've got any tips for getting the best out of PCSX2, would love to hear it. Drop it in chat. Kikiri, it's a reliable old beast. I think someone described it once as like a lovable old dog that just won't die, and it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Peter, honestly, your mum won't care, but thank you. I'm glad you do. Okay. Let's crack on then. So where were we? It's been quite a while since we played this game. We are only 15% of the way through, so I think I worked out it was going to be like 130 episodes if we keep up this rate to try and complete the whole game. That win ratio is looking the highest it's ever been as well. So maybe we can get it a little bit higher. But last time, I kiboshed my own plans. And instead of doing the championship I planned on doing, the Japanese Car Championship, I went and did the GT World Championship, and I was completely screwed over by the appearance of an MRS that apparently dominated. Well, it wasn't called Super GT at the time. It was the All Japan Grand Touring Car Championship, and it dominated that from like the late 90s into the early noughties, and it dominated what was otherwise a field of world rally cars and me. So we got screwed over there, big time. So I've updated the car a little bit. I did that in the last episode, and now we're going to try the Japanese Car Championship. I am going to do one race before we get going, because I literally haven't played this game in 5 months. So that's can't be a good sign. And I'm going to do somewhere other than Tokyo R264, because we discovered last time that using that as like a yardstick for, you know, testing if we're going to be competitive in a series. Not good. Not good at all. Thank you. I'm glad you care, Peter. I appreciate it. Okay. So we've got Evo VI with us, NSX. I can't remember what the big dominant car was. The 3000 GT has been a problem in the past. Well, let's see how we get on. Good evening to all of you, whether you are commenting, lurking, whether you're a regular watcher of this series or not. I know people kind of, you know, watch different things. They care more about F1. Some people care more about this. Some people. I think this is the least popular series on my channel, but it's actually the one I kind of enjoy the most because it's just kind of quite chill. Right. Oh, okay. We've definitely got the straight line speed. Let's try not get squeezed through the chicane. Is that the Mitsubishi? Fellow Lancer. So we've proved that we can win at Tokyo in the last episode. But there's a lot of straights in it. No. Well, no, you're quite right. Don't enjoy F1 98. Although I did have someone say to me, I can't enjoy that series because I don't like the fact that, you know, you're not enjoying yourself. And it's not that, I must say, it's not as bad as maybe I make it out to be. It's not a fun game to play by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm also not actively hating every second of it. So it's somewhere in the middle. Definitely the least fun game I've played on the channel, by a long way. But I'm not, you know, hating every single second of it. And it does keep me entertained with its curveballs that it throws in. The increasing dilapidated nature of the pit lane, for example, as the season goes on. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like by the time we get to Suzuka. Oh, that's good. Oh, I hope that's not going to be a reoccurring thing of just constantly losing controller connection. That's a new form of rubber banding. I'm going to have to watch how I hold the remote. That's not good. Maybe switch wires. Yeah, people keep telling me this. People keep saying Formula 1 99 is going to be better. I mean, even if it's not good, it's going to be hard not to be a step up from where we're at. Oh, hello. NSX into the wall. I decide to follow. Oh, shite. Wasn't very smart. Right, let's just... I was going to try and send it through, but he outbrakes me. Right, let's chop across there. Good lord, come on. Find an Apex challenge, level impossible. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've heard about the rubber banding too. I've been well warned about that. Which I suppose in one sense is going to keep it interesting. It's going to keep things close together. Yeah, Box, you're quite right. You know, that's the issue. It was rushed. Bottom line. Hence all the bugs and all the half-baked things within it. First, that's what controller are you using? I am using a PS3 controller, connected via USB, and I'm using, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called SCP Toolkit. That allows it to talk to the computer. I know I could probably just use an Xbox remote, but that would just feel odd playing a PlayStation game not with a PlayStation controller. Oddly enough, I've never had it disconnect on me before. It's not done it since. I think it might be the wire. I think it is just the fact that this remote is worn now. If anyone's been watching the F198 series and all the random view changing it's doing on me, that's controller based as well. Peter, which... Oh, he's going to try and send it on me, but he's going to find the wall again. Which driver from F199 are you going to take? Yeah, absolutely. Nailed it in one. It's Frentzen. It has to be Frentzen. You know, in those Justice 4 playthroughs, I always try and avoid drivers from the top two teams. So for that year, McLaren and Ferrari are out. And there is, at least that season, a natural third contender, and it was Heinz-Harald Frentzen in the Jordan. So, yeah, he's the man for 99. Weirdly, PCSX2 natively supports the DS3 controller. So do I not actually need to use SCP Toolkit to have it connected? Is that what you're saying? Just flicking back to the race for a moment, very odd. I seem to have opened out gaps and then be randomly reeled in at various points. But NSX has stayed with me. It's certainly not been a drive away from the field job. Oh, okay. I've not tried it without. So I will have to, I'll have to give it a go. I suppose the end result will be the same, I guess. It's still, I can control the game, basically. Unless there's any other advantages to doing it natively. Right, I'd say that's I back in quite nicely. And hopefully we can beat this Japanese car championship. In one, get our first championship in the amateur league done and dusted. That would be nice. To be fair, I could not... I'm guessing that DualShock 4 works with it as well. So I could maybe not slum it and use a more robust DualShock 4 instead of... Again, this was the controller I got, you know, with said PS3. So it's naturally a bit worse for wear. Oh, good to know, first last. Thank you very much. Yeah, little bits of tweaking, getting the optimum mic distance and then the volume in OBS. So good. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, I should probably just switch to the DS4 for this now. Or do I want to be a purist and stick, because it's a PS3 game, I should stick with the PS3 remote. They weren't the most robust controllers, though, the DualShock 3s, were they? Like, they were weak. And yeah, these triggers are just... They weren't the one. Right, let's jump straight into the series. Do I want to change the oil? Am I that petty to get that little bit of a... Yeah, no, actually, yeah, not even going to finish the sentence. What colour is the oil? There's not going to be too much of a difference there, I think. It's a bit brighter. Fine, I'll take it. I'm in control settings. There's a tick box for DS4. Cool. Might give that a try for the next stream. But as long as it doesn't keep disconnecting on me, we'll be okay. Let's just adjust that a little bit. There we go. Right. Japanese Car Championship. Let's see if we can pick up some dosh. And a win. So we've got an Evo VI, 3000 GT, Skyline GTR, Legacy B4 Blitzen, and Impreza. That B4, has that been in any... Am I about to get screwed over by the appearance of a car that wasn't in any of the test races? Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, I've been really impressed with PCSX2. As much as I enjoy playing things on the original hardware where possible, obviously when things start to wear or for convenience, it's really good. Good luck, Corvin. God, are you on the second Daytona race of that season already? That's insane. You're absolutely flying through. Good luck at Daytona. Usually goes one of two ways. Yeah, I'll hopefully see you in a little bit. Best of luck with that race. Indeed. Martins, indeed. Shenron, good evening to you. Hope you're well. I have caved, and I have recently got x86. It's incredible. I love it so much. So hang on, I'll come back to that thought. So Corvin, you're on race 26 of 36, and I've just recorded race 28 of 36 in my NASCAR series that has been going for 3 years. And you've done like 3 other playthroughs since then. It's just, yeah, just insane. Yes, to go back to that original thought, yeah, I love GP2 and x86, and it's really tempting. But I always do this. I have 4 series going on at the moment, and as discussed, some of them drag a touch, but I would like to do something on it because it's so much fun. It's just fabulous. Like, I had tinkered with getting GP2 working before in DOSBox and had varying degrees of success. Like, the wheel worked temporarily, and then for some reason the steering just stopped working. In not just GP2, but all, I had the original NASCAR racing there, I had IndyCar racing 1 and 2. It just stopped. But yeah, x86 makes it so much easier to run now. So yeah, I'm thinking about it. It's just where it's going to fit in. I didn't even know you could attempt to play DOS games on a PS3. I can imagine why it didn't go well. Yeah, I need to go back to that series as well, because obviously we finished the 1985 season with Lotus. And I've still got the save file to do 1986 with Riccardo Patrese and Gerhard Berger. And obviously they're now they've leveled up a lot. They're like 2 of the best drivers on the grid. We should have a lot more money to have decent performance levels. Excuse me, that was a wall. Decent performance levels for both cars. So yeah, that's on the list too. The list is never ending. Yeah, we've experienced this a few times, Shenron, and I'm so bad at the moment of balancing chat reading with driving. But because of the nature of Tokyo R246, we've got quite an easy start to this one. The middle 3 races are going to be the ones where it is all about maximising and concentrating, but Tokyo, we've got covered. Not the best route around that corner, but real pressure off feet up moment for now. comfortable. It's very nice indeed. A lovely drive around Tokyo. Yeah, there's a few things on the roster. Like, I still want to go back and do the 100% race of Newman Haas Racing. I want to try the wet season challenge again in the original Formula 1 game, because I feel like the second half of the season went so much better than the first, that if I can have a better first half of the season, I could actually have a crack at it. And then just trying other random games. I know Bois is very keen on me trying F1 2001, which should be interesting, based on some of its unique gameplay mechanics. That's probably going to be the easiest win of the competition, but at least we got it done. So we win ahead of the other Lancer. Turns out the Legacy is just not anything to worry about. That's fine. It's Mitsubishi from Subaru and Nissan. Or Nissan. Yeah, still haven't got used to it. I don't understand how people can balance, you know, driving sims, doing endurance races in iRacing, and then just glancing at chat. I don't have the brain space for it. Maybe one day. Probably not, but... Right, perfect start. Let's see how things go in round number 2. Hopefully they're not going to be that far apart. I always try and aim for a nice challenge and pitch difficulty in terms of the performance level of my car with the field, but we've definitely miscalculated. Yeah, concerned that Mitsubishi dominance will bore the fans. Yeah, that's true. Like, the sheer volume of messages that kind of fly through, like, big streamers, they just have to accept they're going to miss, like, 30-odd messages and pick out one or two. God, the rear wing on that, is that the Legacy? That double rear wing's ugly as hell. It's fucking awful. There's another car I saw recently that's got a similar, like, double... It's not even like a rear wing, it's like a double sort of, like, aero chute. I think it's an... Is it an MG? It's like an MG 4x4 thing. I don't even know the name of it. I don't like it as a concept. I don't think it looks very good. Okay, 6 laps of this one. Unlike the other amateur league competition that we tried, where there was tyre wear on, we don't have to worry about that this time. This actually might be more Mitsubishi dominance. We've typically not kind of blown through championships like this. And of course, the first live stream is when we are just moseying on away. No idea, Shenron. Not sure at all. It's been years since I played GT4, and I have a copy of that in the cupboard, and I'm not touched it, because even though it's probably going to be like 20 years off, I still want to do that on the channel as well. Which is annoying, because I have really wanted to pick it up again, or even have a little tinker with a-spec, the GT4 mod, but I've stayed strong. Yeah, I've been putting off the licenses a little bit, because we've not need to touch them yet, but in this, as we move into the Amateur League, there's definitely going to be the requirement for International B, International A. So I think I've mentioned this before in the series, but just to confirm, so I believe to get 100% on this game, I do not need to gold the license tests, but I do need to at least complete the arcade mode as well. Is that correct? Because I assumed that 100% was purely based on Gran Turismo mode. I've had a few people tell me that's correct, and I've seen people argue about that, or say different things basically on the internet, so I'm still not 100% sure. So I've saved the arcade mode, just in case. But if I don't have to get all gold on the license tests, I'll be fine with that. Spec 2, that's it. Yeah, I've held off playing that. But hopefully we can do a few more of these now. It's going to be streams, I don't have to edit them. Okay. Oh, so arcade mode accounts. Oh, don't look at this. Don't look at the chat. Styled that out just about. So arcade mode is about 25% of the game. Okay. Wait. So do I have to do the time trials as well, not just the races? Or is the time trials just for like bonus cars? We win, by the way. We are split by the Nissan Skyline, the two Mitsubishis, but it's a perfect start. We are 10 points clear. I don't think I've ever had it so easy. Okay. Right. Things are going to get a bit twistier now. So, it's Apricot Hill, I think? Yes, it is. So we've got a 10-point lead. Pressure's off a little bit, but let's see if we can still clean sweep this and get ourselves a nice prize car at the end of it. I know this game has been about for so long that people know every single prize car or every single option of prize car from each competition, but I don't. So I still like the surprise. Right. Oh, come on now. It is both the Mitsubishis driving away with it. I tried to be a bit ambitious and go around the outside. We've definitely got a lot of power. I think we might have slightly too much power. Do I make it interesting and take something out for the final couple of races? I feel like our top speed is very OP for this competition. Ooh, sideways. Showbiz already. Showboating before the end of lap 1. Okay, that is what I thought. It was just beating all the arcade races in hard. The Paynos would be a nice addition, I suppose. And is there... Does it have to be with garage cars as well in arcade? Or can it be with just literally pick a class, you can do any, as long as you beat it on hard, doesn't matter which class you choose, whether it's garage or, you know, D to S. Well, that's fun. So I could properly vary that up and just try a load of different cars rather than stick with everything I've been driving already in GT mode. That'll be fun. Yeah, yeah. Rally. Oh. It nearly went again. Are we back? We're back. Dear me, I don't know what's going on. We had such a good run on the first 3 streams with no crashes. Don't worry, we've not missed much. Missed a lot less this time. To be honest, I thought the last time the crash was purely down to the fact that it was 4 hours. I cannot believe that last stream was 4 hours long, just trying to get through the second half of that season. If I try that wet season challenge again, I am definitely splitting it into three parts. Glad we're back. Sorry about that, everyone. Thanks for not immediately running away and finding something more interesting to watch. It's not been the banger races I was hoping to start the new stream era of the series. But at least we're going to have money in the bank and options once we're done. And this Evo VII is just a pleasure to drive. Kind of cheated on your save by having a loyalty bonus from GT Prologue. Ooh. So, full confession. Never played any of the prologues. I never bothered with them, or yeah, any of the concepts either. They just didn't appeal to me, and I know that's not very completionist of me, but I never played them because they are just basically extended previews of what was coming in the next one, right? Am I right in saying that? Do you think I'm missing out on anything? I suppose is the question I should ask. Yeah, I can imagine if you're of a certain age and you get, oh, Gran Turismo. Loads of people talk about Gran Turismo. I've got the new Gran Turismo. And it's a concept. And it's not quite a full Gran Turismo. Cool. Well, that'll be a fun diversion away from the GT mode. We've got obviously licenses, as mentioned. And yeah, we can try and see how far we can get through arcade mode. Might be fun to try that with as many different cars as possible from all the applicable classes. So don't stick to one and just do it with all different cars for every single race. Let's see how we get on. I tried to read that comment going into a hairpin. I'll get to it in a moment. To be fair, I think we've actually lucked out this time on the lineup in this competition because the NSX was sticking with us and now it's not here. So I feel like the game has just paid me back for putting in the MRS Super Auto backs in the last one, and decided not to put the NSX in this, and now we're having quite a relaxing time of it. GT concept is far more towards car heads by including the prototypes from the car shows. Yeah, that makes sense. And I suppose at the time when those games were being released, oof, Christ, that was close. I wasn't super following stuff like that, so. God, so that has been a good few years since I've played GT1. How was, if you're able to summarize, how is it different in GT1? Because I remember that you had the one I always remember from GT1 is a track that's not in this one, I don't think, which is is it the Clubman stage? Because there's only Special Stage Route 5 and Special Stage Route 11. But then Clubman Route 5 isn't in this one, but it does appear again in later GTs. Okay, yeah, I think I remember. I think I remember that chicane. I do like this track, but sometimes I think it does go a little bit too twisty for its own good. Not quite complex string, but sometimes it is a little bit, like, annoying to get a flow through it. This would be good for a Formula E race. There's a lot of heavy braking regen areas. Three concept games, yeah. Tokyo, Seoul, Tokyo and Geneva. It's weird, I only remember Tokyo and Geneva. I don't remember Tokyo, Seoul at all. Yeah, now you've said it, Peter, it's got the proper vibe of a Formula E circuit. Gran Turismo 3, well ahead of its time. Okay, you're going to have to explain that one to me, Martins. What do you mean by GT Hi-Fi treatment? And apologies if that is a commonly known concept. Oh God, understeer. Hello, wall. Oh, good lord, didn't need to go down to first. Let's chill out on that. Glad you can't cook the engine. I like Formula E. Although, and this has nothing to do with Formula E itself, there's no caveat, I enjoy Formula E, and I'm enjoying this season so far. I think the Gen 3 Evos are really good, and yeah, I've been enjoying the season, although it does look like Oliver Rowland, it's his to lose if it carries on the way it is. But I was not been super keen on, if you've seen it, that what's it called? The Evo sessions, is it? This thing where they're putting just influencers and celebrities in the car? Because I'll be honest with you, I don't get what they're going for with it. Like, it's very strange. That's BS, as in you think the Evo sessions are BS, or you think my opinion on the Evo sessions are BS. Either is fine. You said yes, and I said two different things. Sorry. Latency. GT Hi-Fi is basically Pliffing's way of saying we stripped a lot of parts of the track to make it run in 60 FPS. Oh, okay. Oh, and does that relate to when you finished the GT World Cup, you unlocked a 480p 60 FPS mode? Okay. Yeah, that is the one. Mr. Beast smashed Neo's car. Right. I've never had it this easy in a competition. It's quite weird. I think we're on to the last one already, though. Tokyo reverse. Yeah. I just find the concept odd. In that, when they announced it, they just said we're putting celebrities in the car, and like I still don't know to this day. Was it like, were they racing each other? Was it a time trial? They were paired up with drivers. What was that just their mentors, or was there like a, they could have done something more interesting with it and had like a relay time trial. So the drivers all set a time, and then the celebs set a time, and whoever had the combined lowest time was the winner. That could have been fun. But I think it was literally just them testing the cars. Obviously, people didn't like the selection of people they'd gotten, and I'm aware of some of them, not all of them. And and it's not necessarily the people they've chosen. I just don't think the concept really is. I don't think it's the greatest concept, because what are they trying to prove with it? Are they trying to prove that not anyone can drive a Formula E car? So to do that, they're going to put other people in a Formula E car. Because the thing is, if you did that equivalent with like Formula 1, they wouldn't make a lap in a Formula 1 car. Most of them wouldn't be able to get the tyres and brakes up to temperature to be able to do a lap in anger. And even if they could, the G-forces, most of them, unless they specifically trained like hard for like 6 months before, the G-forces would mean they'd be done very quickly. Whereas Formula E, I've seen footage of them driving around, and they've just, you can pop in and drive a Formula E car. And while they were clearly not as quick as Formula E drivers, and obviously all the Formula E drivers have skill, I feel like it slightly undermines them by just seeing them jump into the car and get some laps in. It's like, oh yeah, anyone could do this. It's like, no. It's bad enough that you get ignorant people saying, oh, motor racing's not a real sport because they're just driving a car. No, you idiot. Just because you can drive your fucking Audi Q7 down the fast lane of a motorway at 100 miles an hour on cruise control doesn't make you Lewis Hamilton. It makes you a prick. And again, if you stepped in an actual racing car, you wouldn't be able to get the tyres and brakes up to temp, and your neck would snap. Jose, what a line for you to pull up in. What rants for you to arrive into. Hello, good evening. I know this is the first race where I've actually tried to focus on what I'm doing, he says, hitting a wall. But I will read your comments and opinions on the Evo sessions as soon as we finish this race. But yeah, I didn't get what they were going for with it, and I don't think they communicated it particularly well, which has often been a problem with Formula E, in that they just choose odd ways to market the sport, when actually the racing products they have had on many occasions has been very, very good. Gen 2 era was when I started watching season 5 or 6. Such good races. Those cars had some of the best races around Monaco, around the full Monaco circuit I've ever seen. So good. And then yeah, this season I've really enjoyed again. Last couple I haven't been as engaged with, because they've definitely leaned more into kind of the peloton racing and energy conservation, rather than being allowed to kind of push it a lot more. But I feel like this season the balance is much more back in place. There's a lot less kind of just waiting and waiting, and then, oh, we've got enough energy, go. I think they've got the balance a lot better this season. Well, it's an incredible start for the emulator and the stream version of this series. We are going to one and done with 100% rating the Japanese Car Championship. Undefeated on stream. Watch that disappear with the very, very next race we do. We'll see. I will catch up with comments after this as well, and then we can consider where we're going to go next, because this is the beauty of this game. This is one of the things I love about the Gran Turismo games. You have so much room to choose your own path and do your own thing. Yeah, I know when I said it, it was probably a risk to say that, but we've survived. Okay, perfect start. Okay. We don't need to check this. We have absolutely destroyed the field. And an embarrassment of riches for a change. Been so used to scraping around with no money. Right. Let's see what the prize car's going to be. Prize cars have not been kind to me so far in this playthrough. It's been mostly cars I've already owned. Evening, Josh. Hello, you alright? No worries, boy. Right. I've been so unlucky. What's it going to be? If I win another fucking Evo, I'll be so annoyed. It's not. It's an RX-7. I've already got an RX-7. But is it the same RX-7? It's not. It might not be the worst. Oh, no, not the Flesh Yaris. We've got one of those. Well, good. I'm glad to have you here, Josh. Hopefully, you will enjoy this new format. It's been an incredibly easy start, though. we've absolutely walked that competition, and I usually like to try and pitch the level of the cars so we have some good racing, but that was actually slightly embarrassing. Oh, don't you disconnect from me, you little bastard. There we go. So yeah, RX-7 Type RZ. Oh no, I have lost the controller. Jesus. Definitely going to try the DualShock 4 on the next stream. Okay, so the RX-7's got 290 brake horsepower. So that's the Type RZ. Ooh, it is a bit more beefy. Okay. So we could potentially sell the other RX-7. That might be useful. No Beetles in the radar. Don't need them anymore. I would say Auf Wiedersehen, but I was warned by Robin in the comments that's wrong, because that means I'll see you again. So it's Auf Nimmer Wiedersehen. Goodbye for never. If only we could win the G-Wiz. This is my G-Wiz. The Flesh Yaris. I'm sure, since I've been able to monetize some videos, I've never had any kind of kickback on what my ad selection is. You have to choose what sort of things you've got, and I usually say, I've got a little bit of swearing, but it's usually censored in the edited videos. It pulled up in one of my Gran Turismo 3 videos, sexual content, and I think it's because we used the phrase Flesh Yaris so much. It was like, I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to say that that's a problem. There we are. Oh, for God's sake. I'm going to have to make sure I hold this remote at the correct angle at all times. Come on. Jeez. Okay. Apparently there's a genuine Sony DualShock 3 there. To be honest, I used to hate the Yaris, but I've really enjoyed it in this playthrough. I'm a big fan of all black rims. I think that looks pretty good now. So I like it. I just want to catch through some of the comments, because we were talking before during that race about the Formula E Evo sessions. Yeah, misguided attempt at trying to promote the series. Shenron and I would have been more interested in some Race of Champions with pilots from other series. That would have been fun to see. Yeah, apologies for the mid-rant appearance. Yeah, and Peter, I am also glad they removed Fan Boost as well. I'm glad it was never powerful enough to change the outcome of a race. But I still didn't like it, because exactly what happened, what everyone thought would happen. The popular drivers would just get the same Fan Boost every week. So yeah, glad it went. Right. Screamlight, random question. Do you find yourself editing your own races and being annoyed at how you drove? Yeah. See how I drive? Yes. The NASCAR ones especially, when there's moments of just brain fart. Awful. Josh, that was my entire customization of my life. Teens, NFS and Forza, bright colours, black rims every time. I'm a sucker for the all-black rims. I'm thinking most of the cars I've got in the game so far. It just looks so good with a black rim. So I'm just thinking, is that going to demonetize me for saying that phrase too many times? We're talking about tyres, and the Flesh Yaris is a car. Please, YouTube. They do. They look meaner. They look meaner. Right. What do we do next? Let's get into a race before I... Axel, good evening. I'm glad you're here. I know you're a big fan of this series, so I'm glad you've been able to catch this one live. Right, where do we go next? It's a great start. Do I go back and see how we are pitched against this Super Auto backs in the Gran Turismo World Championship? You see how it went. Started so well in Tokyo, and then it just got progressively more difficult. We have put upgrades in the car since then. Let's go to one of the circuits where we performed the worst and see how much better we are. Yeah, this is it. Well, not to spoil it in case anyone's not seen it. If you can spoil one of my videos, I don't think people care that much that they can have spoilers, but there's a moment in the latest F198 video where I was like, how have you done that? Why have you done that? You shouldn't have done that. Worst street circuit in your opinion? In what, in Gran Turismo, or just you mean in real life? Yeah. No, Martins, it wasn't the test sessions. It was the Evo sessions, which I just wasn't a fan. Oh yeah, Josh, I get your point. There is a time and a place for a white rim as well. Okay, yes, Jose, it is once again all rally cars, and as you can see, the MRS has appeared again and is all the way at the front. So, let's see, with the updates that we put in this car at the end of the last episode. Oh, the Citroen Zara rally car, don't see that as often. Yeah, let's see how well we can do. Oh, God. And actually, now I need to stop looking at chat. I actually need to drive now. Here we go. Okay. Well, considering we finished 5th, this is a good start. Only 2 laps in this one. Come on. Get alongside. Right. We've passed the rally cars. This is the thing now. Have we got the oomph to go toe to toe with the All Japan Grand Touring Car Championship beast? It's okay. I will once again catch up on chat messages after the race. Shit just got real, guys. Oh no, understeer. That was bad. Oh, hello. Not quite out of it yet. Come on, let's get a good run through this one. Come on, go, 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 go. Definitely feeling the understeer a lot more since those upgrades. Oh, I always do that on that bloody corner. I seem to somehow fire sideways. Need to get it stopped or slowed down in a straight line, instead of trying to swing it through and lean into the rally credentials. Okay, 1.2 seconds behind that car is not bad, and I didn't drive particularly well. I'm tempted. I am tempted by giving that another go? What do we think? Is it worth just giving it a crack? It would basically be probably the rest of this stream just doing this competition. Yeah, okay. Let's cool it on the rim, chat. BTCC him out of the way. Yeah, there's definitely elbows out on that particular occasion. Real street circuit, real worst street circuit. I'm so bad at being put on the spot with questions like this. You know, when someone goes, name a song, you forget all recorded music. The first one that came to mind, I don't even have any evidence of. I just immediately thought it wasn't going to be good, and that's oddly enough Hanoi. They never raced there, but I just think it's awful. And on a similar note, Miami, that can get in the fucking bin. It's shite. Miami is it's just awful. It's been awful every single year. There's not a single redeeming feature of it that I think is cool. In Miami. Absolute ass. Right, anyway. Yeah, Jose, exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah, but I think Miami was only interesting because obviously Lando got in front. But I think the race was pretty processional for the most part. The safety car switched the order, and the only interesting thing was, can Lando stay ahead? And he did. So, I don't know. I appreciate that in some of these circuits you need to give them a couple of years to bed in. So the first one may not be as good. Or it might be the other way around. The first couple might be really chaotic and exciting, but then it gets more boring as things go along. Azerbaijan, for example. Only interesting if there is nonsense. I'm also not looking forward to Madrid. I think Madrid's going to be not the one. Josh, do you have a rough idea of how many hours you've got left to finish this game by your own goals? So, I think I worked it out. I don't know in terms of hours, but I know in terms of episodes that I think I'd done like... What was it now? I think I need to do around 120 or 130 episodes to 100% it if I continue at the pace I've been going. And that includes golding every competition in GT mode, beating the arcade mode, completing every license test, but not golding them critically. So, it's episode 20. We're at least 100 episodes off. I'm in danger. Right. Yeah, Madrid is not going to be the one. Let me just see if I can catch up with a couple of... Move the brake bias forward to stop the snap oversteer. Yeah, let's give that... To be fair, have I put the... Can I change the brake bias? Have I put the kit in? We can see. Corvin gives me some idea of how Daytona went. Unlucky. Dear me. Yeah, don't... You know, like, never tell me the odds. Never tell me how long I've been doing a series. Ever. I am going to go for it, I think. If I finish this before NASCAR, Jesus Christ. I'm going to go for it. I've only just changed the oil, so that should be fine. We can look at the settings while we're in there. Let's go for it. No, I've never heard about the to be fair, apart from knowing the existence of A1GP, I don't know very much about it. I didn't watch much of it. It was on... I think it was on Sky in this country at a point where we didn't have Sky. So I was just aware it existed. To be fair, if you're talking about how long it takes me to do a series, this is bad, because now I'm just yapping. So this is going to take even longer. So I'll start a race, and then talk amongst yourselves, I suppose. Oh, hang on. The Super Autobacks isn't there. What the fuck is the C West Razzo Silvia? Is that another, like, another equivalent Japanese, like, early Super GT car? So we've got 2 Focus Rally cars, Impreza and an Escort Rally car. This should be interesting. Oh, what is it? Is it just upped it again? I should probably go back and watch some A1GP and see what it was like. Because again, I think the concept is solid. It's more solid than Super League Formula, for example. Right, let's see what this Silvia is. Oh, heavy on the brakes. Didn't even look at the brake bias. Well, so far, this car isn't streaming off into the distance. But it is streaming into the lead. Oh, excuse me, sir. The focuses are up to the front. Definitely got the measure of the rally cars under braking. There we go. That was nice. I'm not getting too excited if we win this one. This was the one race we won last time. So this is the false dawn. It's how we do on the next races if we're going to have a chance. Because I think we won this one quite comfortably, even with the MRS here last time. Line through that corner was awful, but not bad. 2 Colin McRae's. Yeah, so it is another JGTC ride. I can't remember the layout of Sanya in terms of the FE circuit off the top of my head, but I remember enjoying the races there. I'm going to have to look that up again. One that was quite odd. I can't remember where it was now. I can't remember the bloody name of it. But it was a circuit that had a really good, like, either Season 1 or Season 2 race. And it was on the coast. And it was very thin and narrow. It looped back on itself. That was quite fun, although I don't actually think if you looked at the layout you'd go, that's good, but it did produce quite a good race. Punta del Este, is it? That was quite a good race, and in a pretty cool location as well. Oh, it's another, yeah, of course, it's another anti-Silvia. But a much meaner looking one as well. Okay, only 2 laps for this one. Nice and tidy. And we get the win. Okay, that's fine. This one was fine. Yeah, Punta del Este. Quite enjoyed that one, although the layout was very odd looking. Yeah, Phillip Island's a good track. It's very smooth and flowing. Okay. Good start. In the end, one of the focuses drops. The field is 50% Ford. might hit 200k by the end of this. Absolutely rolling in it. Oh. I like Burno. I think I raced on Burno in race 07. I think it was around in one of the touring car championships. That's a fun track. Right, so this was where we realised we weren't as good as we thought we were, and we did end up losing out. I think we came second here in this one, so it still wasn't terrible. We should at least get second again, because I think we do have a measure of the rally cars. It's just what this Japanese touring car anti-Sylvia on steroids can do once it gets up to speed, as one of the Fords does an old-style Michael Schumacher cut across the grid. Do apologise, excuse me, coming through. Okay, solid lap one. That's the deal. It's all touring cars elbows out. They don't care. Why should I? I think we might have the measure of them again. This might be okay. Okay, looks like we do have the power. It's when we move away from these power circuits that car will come into its own. I think it's Trial Mountain next, which we just finished second at behind the MRS. So this will be a good comparison, because again, the game might have been kind to us for the second competition in a row with the lineup, making amends for screwing us over last time. Still didn't look at the brake bias. I'll look at that before the start of the next race and see if I can actually tweak it, because I can't remember if I'd done the brake upgrade that allowed you to do it in this one. It's been a good start, but I think the circuits are definitely flattering us at the moment. It's only 0.7 of a second, so yeah, the big test is going to be Trial Mountain next to see if we can go toe-to-toe. But at least we got the wins in these two, so we do have the 8-point gap. So we've got a little bit of wiggle room. Yeah, Battersea Park. Yeah, I don't remember much about Battersea Park other than its location, really. Rome was great. I loved the Rome circuit. That was very good. Right, let's just quickly check these settings. Don't need to change parts. I think we could do it in one. It's just how well we do on these circuits. No. Okay. Don't think I did. Don't even know. I can't remember what upgrades I've put in this. Hang on. Let's have a look. So we do have sports brakes, but obviously, but we don't have the brake balance controller, so that'll be it. Yeah, muffler, sports ROM. Okay. Don't feel like we're that far ahead we need to take anything out, for sure. Decided an FE track in Brighton on Google Maps. Look, you know your local area better than anyone, so I'm sure it's great. I did one around Blackpool. Not a Formula, just a general circuit. They'd have to remove some speed bumps, though. So, I think it's quite good. It loops under the pleasure beach. How showbiz do you want? But plenty of overtaking opportunities. I remember devising it because they mentioned that they were going to go racing around Vegas. And I was like, for God's sake. Stop making up circuits. Anyone can make up circuits. I'll make up a circuit and I'll do a video on it. Never did the video because it just didn't appeal to me in the end. But I was going to devise the circuit on Google Maps and then go for a road legal lap around it for the video. Yeah, never did it in the end. Yeah. Especially in the areas that I'd put the track as well. Because ironically, the touristy parts of Blackpool they're just the worst. Okay, I need to stop talking about Blackpool and really try and fire through this second lap because we're keeping with them. This is good. Oh no! Instantly commentator's curse. And I've completely thrown my line off through sector 1. Right, come on now. God, and the Fords have caught back up to us. Come on now. Come on. This is the section we need to close the gap and hopefully be in a position to try and make a move. I'd say we've got like 3 more places we could potentially do this. God, the understeer. Horrible out of that corner. I think he's just going to get away with this one. Much more controlled taking of that corner though, so that's something. Okay, he pulls one back. We are going to have a fight on our hands. This is going to be interesting. Ooh, sideways, hello. To be fair, I used to love doing that when I was miles ahead in a race and just be like, you know what? Let's get airborne. See if we can go over the bridge. I wouldn't go as far to say it's a literal slum. There are definitely rough areas, but, you know, there's rough areas everywhere. Like, I don't want to be mean about Newcastle, but it's not all butterflies and roses there, is it? Let's be honest. Yeah, four-wheel drive understeer. There's a Chatham Street Circuit for F1. Jesus. Wow. Yeah, to be fair, Middlesbrough is the no-frills city in that area. I don't like to pick on people's places of where they live, especially because, you know, I'm from Blackpool. But there is one place that I always immediately think of when it comes to rough, and it's Wigan. And to be fair, it's not really Wigan's fault. I've driven through it a few times, and I don't think I've seen any of the nice parts yet. That's the diplomatic way of saying it's, you know. But the reason I think have this negative picture of Wigan is a few years ago when I was looking for a job. I think it was just out of uni. I was looking around, and on a job site there was a job for an admin assistant at a film studio in Wigan. Now, immediately there's alarm bells there, right? Film studio in Wigan. Tom Cruise hasn't been knocking about, so read into it. It's an admin assistant, and the location of this film studio is in a warehouse. So I'm like, okay, that's less, sounding a bit more like it. And then you get to the very bottom of the job application, and it said, you must be okay with adult content. It was a porn studio in a warehouse in Wigan. One of the bleakest job descriptions I've read. And yet, because I was fresh out of uni and wanted a job, if the salary was better, I would have applied. My standards would have considered it. So yeah. But one of my favourite things about that is I was telling a co-worker a few years later about it. And I said, oh, it's a, yeah, it was a porn studio in Wigan. And she just instantly went, without thinking, oh, God, it's disgusting. I'd never work in Wigan. Because that's the problem, right? So, all right. It was indeed, yeah, grim. Oh, that's true. We have got lots of fun B&Bs. So apologies if anyone is from Wigan. I think 2 people have left, so sorry about that. Like I said, I've not been around all of it. There might be lovely bits. Okay, midfield raceway. And at the minute, the Fords have boxed the Japanese touring car in. Oh, no, 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 no. I've completely wasted that opportunity. Come on, we're struggling now. Even if we can just get up into second, that will be okay. Excuse me, sir. Dear me, that straight line speed absolutely bailing us out. We're at least ahead of our main rival. Subaru's having a go. This might be a good opportunity to put a little bit of clean air. Come on now. Oh, he's back in third. Oh dear. Oh, sideways four-wheel drift into the wall. Oh, don't you even dare. Oh, you cheeky little bastard. I think we should have the straight line speed to bail ourselves out of it again. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we're going to quite nick the win on this one. But good. Still pulling out over our main rival. Whew, that could have been a win. Or should have been a win, really. The Hub's Wigan tag is now growing. Ugh. Yeah, sorry, Martins. I need to stop yapping. I do apologise. I know you're just here for the cars. Not bad. Not a bad result in the end. I live near some places that would be great for asphalt rally locations. Shame the city I live in is not very good. I think a rugby city in red and white. Don't know rugby that well. Is that St Helens? Yeah, I'm guessing. Three Sisters. One of the few circuits I've actually been to, because for one of my dad's birthdays one year, he got a track day in like an open top sports car. Well, it was a race car, but I remember going around the track. He drove around in like the four-wheeled Van Damon cars as well, and I just sat at the side watching, and then I got driven around in like the open top sports car for a few laps. Really fun. Would love to go back there. Shame it's in Wigan. Again, sorry if you're from Wigan. I'm from Blackpool. It's a shithole. Oh, Gloucester. Okay. I'm not super up on my rugby. Right. Oh, this didn't... I don't think this went particularly well. So we have a 6-point gap. 2 anti-Sylvia. C West. In fairness to Wigan, because I've been pretty mean to them, they've got Wigan Pier, which I've never been to, so that might be nice. I know it's not like a pier that we've got. Not that I'm particularly interested in any of them. Right, come on now. Past the escort. Recently played through Colin McRae 1 in that escort, I think. Don't know why I picked it. Beaten the game on its middle, whatever it's called, intermediate or normal difficulty. So I've unlocked expert now. So I need to now give that a go and see if I can finally beat it on expert. Come on. Okay. Not the best first lap. Yeah, it's certainly not the glory days for Wigan FC, is it? It's not, to be fair, I'm so bad at naming players from that era. Figueroa is the only Wigan player I can think of. I know they had a few decent players back in the day when they were in the top flight. Why is Main or Figueroa the only player? Ruddy Jaeger, that's... yes. It is true what they say. Sometimes we can just sit around and name old sports people and have a really good time. Another northern team that's seen better days, Blackburn. I always think of Morten Gamps Pedersen. I think, what a guy he was. He's got a foot like a traction engine. Anyway, we get into second. I shouldn't be thinking about Morten Gamps Pedersen when we're trying to chase down this Japanese touring car. But not bad, we stay in second. Two guy. Those were the days. The streets won't forget players, that exactly. Yeah, we BTCC one of the Focus Rally cars out of the way. And the gap shuts again. I think it's now down to 2 points. Head in the game now. Come on. What's next? What is next? Yeah, is it? Yeah, Darius Forsell and Zigic. Oh, Seattle. Ooh. Oh, I think this was rough. Okay. You guys can crack on naming old footballers. I am going to focus on this one. This is going to be Mikhail Forsell. Who am I getting? Who's Darius Forsell. Completely different player. That's what I'm thinking of. Not Mikhail Forsell. That was, yeah, Darius Forsell at Villa. That's who I was getting them mixed up with. Right. Oh, should have been more bold on that send, but we've at least left the space. Immediately our main rival into first. We need to get up there with him. There's not that many straights on this one apart from that kind of mid-section. Heading up past the stadium. You little bastard. Where do you think you're going? Thank you, Escort. I appreciate the push. Very close to moving in the braking zone there, Subaru. Hello, sir. Do you have a moment to talk about Mikhail Forsell? Always seem to overcook it through that one. That's a little bit tidier, but Anti-Sylvia has checked out by the looks of it. That was a nice send, though. So we're at least in second. Let's see if we can cut this gap down. Come on, go, 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 go. 1.9 seconds, 1 lap to go. There we go, that's nice. Good lord, bit of a twitch there. Gained 3/10 in that section. Well, the gap was 3 seconds at one point, so it has come down. Come on. Oh, yeah, too close to the wall. I knew it as soon as we got in there. Gap holds. He's going to just move into the lead by 2 points. We do get a little bit more speed out of this final corner. Well, not when you do that, but I don't think it was ever going to be enough. Okay. I was complaining we didn't have a fight after that first competition. We've got one now. Anti-Sylvia into the lead by 2 points. We have some work to do. Yeah, okay. Hill finishes second again. Bottle job. Bottle job incoming. Yeah, I agree, Box. Definitely that was winnable. I am actually just going to save this replay very quickly because I need a thumbnail for the next episode. Because now they're streams, I can't show a still from the episode itself. What do we call it? There we go. That'll do. Right. On to the next one. How many races have we actually done? 6, so 4 to go. Other games on the memory card. So, Pro Evolution Soccer 5. The Champions League game for, I think, the 05-06 season. Which I got it on, like, cheap on disc. But it was at the time the PS2 started breaking, so I got it on this just to play it and give it a go. It's okay, it's fine. It's alright. NASCAR Dirt to Daytona. That's fucking great. That's so much fun. And I think that was it. Oh, and High Heat Baseball 2003. Which is fun. But I'm struggling. I'm stuck between difficulty levels on that one. Sad that this game scrapped the short Seattle and Rome versions. Yeah. Are they both back in 4, I think? Yeah, Craig Bellamy at Blackburn. Wow. Scream like big Craig Bellamy fan. Okay. Noted. Right. This should be interesting. I'm going to have some work to do now. There's a baseball game a kid on my street had. Thousands of teams. I've never been able to find it. Have you tried High Heat 2000? I don't think... Yeah, it doesn't sound like High Heat because I don't think there's thousands. I think it just has the teams from Major League Baseball from like that season. It's a fun game though. I do enjoy it. Yeah, I liked I liked it. Like solid. I remember getting FIFA 2004 back very recently and being slightly disappointed at the gameplay. Like, I absolutely loved it. The things I remembered about it were, oh, it was the first time you had lower league teams in it. The soundtrack was really cool. I remember the opening sequence where it was like footballers playing under like spotlight, and it was Red Morning Light by Kings of Leon, the song. I actually think someone has said before that that was also filmed at St James's Park. I might have been wrong. But yeah, the game itself, yeah, so poor. And when you consider that, excuse me, gents, when you consider that that same year was Pro Evo 4 or 5, what Pro Evo was doing and what FIFA was doing was just miles apart. And I don't think it helped that I'd already been playing Pro Evo 4 and then thought, oh, I've just found a copy of FIFA 2004, I'll get it. And now I realised at the time why I moved from playing FIFA games to Pro Evo 3, 4 and 5 after that. The noughties were definitely Pro Evo. Or I should say the PS2 era was definitely Pro Evos. The next generation, FIFA pulled it back for sure. Right. Let's park that conversation. I mean, you guys don't have to. You crack on. I need to park it in my own brain, because we need to try and catch him now. Right, this is a big opportunity to at least maybe try and get ahead. Or at least a lot closer. Come on. Keep your goddamn foot in it. That's it. Ooh, that felt perfectly positioned past that little chicane. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Got a little bit deep, but can just slightly edge him wide. Oh no, he switched it back on us. Oh. He didn't like that. They don't like it up 'em, sir. They don't like it up 'em. A nice topical reference to the sitcom Dad's Army there. Oh god, we're going in side by side again. This is fun. I love it when you get battles like this, when it's just nicely balanced at the front. That the car and the circuit combine, but we're ahead. Right. Feels like an eternity when you can get the power down. Keep it to the inside. Almost barged his way through. Right. This chicane. Do not fuck up this chicane. Beauty. Oh, has he just bottled it in the rear? Has he just bottled it? I think he had a moment there. Yes, and we retake the lead by 2 points. 3 to go. Oh, that was important. Yes. That was good. Yeah, I've seen recently there was an active modding community for PES 6. And it makes me want to kind of, I mean, I don't actually know how. Is it via PCSX2 or is it like a PC version? I don't know, but just make me want to look into it because it's yeah, a lot of fun. Evening, Ollie. Yes, unfortunately, well, I'm getting toward peasant status now, but yeah, I'm a United fan. Sorry. I hope we can still have a parasocial relationship. I basically got into football from my uncle who's from Manchester. I had 2 uncles wanting me to get into football because my dad hated football, so we weren't a football house, hence motorsports. And other people were trying to get me into football. No one was vouching for Blackpool, by the way, at this time. But yeah, I had one uncle who was an Arsenal fan. I had another uncle who was a United fan. And 97, 98 Arsenal did the double. And something in the smugness of my other uncles, like when it was like, oh, I'm going to wind him up and support United. Not knowing much about football and not even realising that you are still supporting a massively successful team. And then obviously started following them, inherited a period of success, and now karma, and rightly so. So yeah, I did go to a lot of Blackpool games in the noughties though, the year that, not Richie Wellens, I think Steve McMahon came back to the club and they got to the playoff final. Didn't go to the playoff final, but watched a lot of games that season, and they got promoted against Grimsby, I think. So I've, yeah. I've been to many a Blackpool game where there is always a chant about Preston every single time, even when they're not playing Preston. So I should have been an Arsenal fan, is what you're saying, Axel. I mean, I'd be much closer. Much closer to success than where we are now. Yeah, apologies to everyone's respect that I've lost. But this isn't a football channel. So, doesn't matter. I have seen your comment, Axel, about the United summary. I will give my thoughts on that after the race, but for now I want to make sure we still hold our lead against this car at the end. So I think we've just gone down again for like a millisecond. I think we're back. Yeah, not sure. So it's different to last time's big crash, so I've no idea what's causing it. Maybe it's this odd combination of the emulator and OBS, I have no idea. I think this car has gone again though, unfortunately. The understeer through there is painful. I think that car is much more nicely balanced on the twistier sections, and it does just get away from us. The good news is we've got I'm sure we've got another... No, do we have Tokyo? We've got another trial mountain, which we can do well on. I can't actually remember what's left to try and pick up some results. Let's just try and not lose second, though, because we are really... having to hold them off. There we go. Damn, wow. Toughest one. I mean, it's still second, but he is dipped. And he goes back to being 2 points ahead. Okay. Oh, it's getting close now. some nice drift. Some creative cuts. Don't become an Arsenal fan. Yeah, you had a rough time of it with Ashley. Obviously, slightly controversial ownership now, but at least ownership that is putting something into the club. So, there you go. Honestly, football at the minute, though, I follow it. I still follow it, but I followed it less because the amount of games at the moment. The new Champions League format I thought was actually quite good, but it's just more games. It's the sheer volume of games, and then it just never really stops. There's never really much of a summer break to give you a chance to miss football. But yeah, the problem is, of course, third round FA Cup replays. That's the thing that needs to go. Oh, a load of old shite, that. Watch the Latvian High League. It is, and it is absolutely money. Yeah, so it is. No, it's not as enjoyable, and I think that's why people have so much fun naming Barclays men, as they're known, in the footballers from it. The United summary. I think it has just been basically when the Glazers took over, Ferguson still being there and managing every aspect of the club plastered over the cracks for all those years. And when he left, there was no infrastructure in place and no real plan. I think Moyes was treated slightly harshly. But I think it's just indicative of the fact that the people in charge were having to do their jobs now, when in reality I think they left so much to Ferguson because he was kind of so involved in so many parts of the football club that they were underskilled, underprepared, and they've just panicked. Then the financial mismanagement of the Glazers is catching up with them, because obviously they're also not winning stuff anymore, and they were properly on like boom up, but like, we've got to keep winning stuff to keep the money coming in. And then Ratcliffe, like, honestly, it was between Ratcliffe and the Qatari Investment Fund, and I think I would have preferred Ratcliffe, but I would have preferred not to be Ratcliffe, because Ratcliffe is just a dirge of a human being, and all of it's a joke at the minute. They're not feeding staff properly, they're not paying staff properly, they're cutting redundancies. The funniest thing, the person who's made this second round of redundancies is also getting made redundant at the end of the season. So yeah, the financial mismanagement has caught up with them, and the fact that they're now obviously not winning stuff anymore, or even in close to winning stuff. And it's only going to get worse, because now, at least before, they could still sign supposedly big name players because they were still Manchester United. But that prestige has gone. And there needs to be a mindset change at the club to be like, yeah, this ain't happening. We need to adjust. Give it Giggsy to the end of the season. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, it's rough, and yeah, Ratcliffe's a dickhead as well. So also, you know, Old Trafford is leaking. We've got a water feature. It's really nice. We had a water feature anyway. It was called Manchester. The sky above Manchester. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's a start. Right. Let's truly train this sucker. But yeah, that's my kind of take on it. I'm, like I say, I'm not the most knowledgeable. That's just from what I've kind of kept up with and read. I'm not sure how it's going to get better. And I think it is just an acceptance, because this is the thing. I do like Amorim, and I think Amorim does deserve time, but he's still giving it the rhetoric of the goal is to win the Premier League. It's like, I don't think it is anymore, pal. And I don't think it's right of the people above you to expect that, because the club is clearly in the shit, and I've just done the shit. Let's focus on driving. Christ, that wasn't a good start. Well, it was a good start. I've just ruined it. My visual representation of Manchester United, everybody. There you go. The start was the late 90s and early noughties, and now we're up to present day. Okay, we're not done yet. Oh, the understeer, fuck's sake. If I lose this race, I am going to personally blame Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Don't know why I gave him the dignity of calling him Sir, to be honest. I think I've blown it. Fuck. Damn. Well, pressure's on now. And I actually think we're going to need some help. Because he's going to go 6 clear with 1 race to go. Shit. Oh. Talking about United is making you drive better. For a moment it was. Yeah, this is the thing in terms Josh and Martin's. It's the it's the different mindsets, isn't it? You know? And I feel like this is the mindset change that United needs to go through, in that, you know, we should be happy with second, whereas maybe Arsenal should be unhappy without having won a trophy in the positions they've been in. Maybe it is that. But this is the thing as well, for people who support Premier League teams. It absolutely is first world problems, though. You've got to accept that. It's completely, oh no, you've not won a trophy. I don't know if our club will financially survive. So it's perspective. You can be absolutely disappointed in not having won a trophy, but it's definitely not the worst thing. Definitely not the worst thing you could have to go through as a football fan. What a great trophy, though. Intercity Fairs Cup. Yeah, it is unfair that they pay their players just extortionate amounts to underperform every week. And who are the people that are having to suffer? It's not the players. It is the staff. So yeah, this is the last race. We are going to need to hope that Sylvia drops points. Or drops a position. We've got to win, but we've also got to hope. That car drops places. Or, and it's risky, can we get into a position to try and make them drop places? I don't even know if we'll be able to get into that position. Let's see if we can get into the lead first and then go from there, although we're being pushed out by the escort. Immediately. It's gone straight into the lead. Oh, that's a route. Esports line. Okay, we can get into the lead, but Christ, we're dropping the rest of the field. Come on. Hello, sir. Right. Hamilton 2016, anyone? Because let's be honest, he's not going to lose that position without us blocking him. It's a 3-lap race. We have some time. Okay, we've got a big straight coming up. Let's get a good exit out of these. And let's get back into the lead. And let's just see if we can marshal him. Oh, fucking the understeer out that final corner. Not even going to get to him at this rate unless we... No, we're not even close enough for a big send. Oi, oi. Okay. Right. I've never done this before in this game. Ah, you little shit. No. Oh, should we go the scenic route? That's it. Here we go. I'm going to have to stay near, though. Go on, the Subaru's having a go as well. This is alright. The problem is it's going to be that final bloody long straight. Oh, okay. It's okay. I feel like I can get back past you for now. That's it. Oh, that's unfortunate. What a shame. Sorry, there was a squirrel. I didn't want to hit the... You know, you wanted me to hit a squirrel, would you? Nature's dying, you know. We need to look after these things. This is the most egregious driving I've ever seen. Oh, he's gone wide. Yes! He's going to lose a few spots. Right, let's get back past the Focus. That would have almost been perfect if it was the final lap, but you'd kind of... I don't want to lose. Yeah, I've still got to win. Exactly. Someone has called this a John Cena level heel turn. I don't follow wrestling, but I'm aware of his recent switch. Okay, let's just keep an eye on it. At the minute, it's Subaru and Ford. Subaru, please don't advise. Hold position. Proper driving in the rear views at the moment. now stopped being 2016. It's now more like, was it 2010, Alonso getting stuck behind Petrov? Was it Petrov? That's assuming, you know, he does actually get stuck behind him. He's back up to third. Oh, shit. Oh, he's right there now. Oh, shit. Don't want to get in the way. Oh, that's it. Go on forward, but not too quickly. Right. Oh no, don't you fucking push me. I need to now get past the Ford. Come on. Go, 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 go. Sweep. Go, 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 go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. Oh. Fucking hell. Sure, is that enough? Is that enough now? That will put us level. Will it give us the win? And I absolutely don't care. Oh, wow. I can't believe that actually worked. I'll do. Okay. So, I'll probably save the replay of this one as well, actually. Because, wow, the absolute fuckery there. And we shall simply call it. Nope, not Seema. I don't know who that is. Cena. There we go. I know that was diabolical driving, but I actually think that's one of the most skilled things I've ever done. I can't believe we were able to make that work. John Cena! Oh no! It's not giving it to me! It's not giving it to me! Because it was a draw! Shit! I didn't give me the win! It put me in first. So you can't tie, you've got to win on outright points. Yeah, to be fair, probably deserved. God damn it. Well. I'm absolutely devastated. Sorry. I just need a moment. Oh. Well, look. I think it's not giving it me because I was tied on points, I think. And because there's no countback rule, even though it had me tied on points but were technically in first on that final leaderboard, I need to win it outright. Ah. Well, I mean, that's a much bigger improvement. We've picked up more wins. winning 4 out of the 10, I suppose, is it's going to demand better. Oh, you bastard. Well. Yeah, we've got money in the bank. But I'm not going to attempt it again now, because I'm not doing another 3 plus 4 hour stream. But let's try and finish off with some kind of positive. What can we do? I've got enough money to buy a Mercedes or an Audi TT. I'm not doing a championship, but there's 3 single races. What do we need for the Legend of the Silver? Oh, fucking test course. Jesus Christ, the North Korean test bunker. CLK. Well, obviously you're not going to be able to buy the touring car, I imagine. So let's have a look, shall we? Let's grab a Merc. Yeah, in terms of what we need in that Mitsubishi, I think I've already got suspension. I think going for like the top of the range tyres might do it. Give us that extra bit of grip. Maybe the brake balance controller as well, so we can adjust the brake balance and help us with kind of the awkward mid-corner moments. So, SLK compressor, CLK. Yeah, so you can't buy the touring car. CL600. .361 brake horsepower. Very nice. I feel like it has to be in some form of silver. Bog watercolour. Although I know I'm so boring for this. I do like the cars in black. Yeah, is it going to be cheaper to upgrade one of the slower ones? It is. It is a very made 90s money. You'd see a man with a proper suit and a classic briefcase with this car. Yeah, let's see. So what does about 40k difference between the CLK 55. 347 brake horsepower. What was this? This was in the 300s, wasn't it? For 20 brake horsepower's difference, saving 40k sounds like a pretty good idea. What's the convertible? No, we're not going to do the convertible. Also, as someone who lives in the UK, I have a distrust of convertibles. Why have you bought that? For like the 3 days a year it's sunny? Why are you driving it in November? It's a bad purchase. Anyway, sorry. Also don't like soft tops either, just because they look shite. I think this might be the option. Sure you don't want a Beetle RSI? Super sure. Had the same leather upholstery in the Merc as he does his office chair. I know, yes! Gold metal rivets in the office chair. That does ring some bells. Saw someone go for purple. This one doesn't come in purple, but it does come in quartz blue metallic. Or azurite. I'm going to do quartz blue. I prefer the hardtop Lotuses as well. You know, I'm not a soft top guy. I don't think even if I ever had the money, I'd ever go for a soft top. I know what my dream car would be if I ever had the money, and you can get them for about 30 grand these days. It's the DB9. It would be absolute money pit and terrible on the insurance, but I'd like a DB9 if I ever had the money. Right, let's get in the car. What I usually do is go straight out on track and see how this is without any upgrades in it. Because like I say, the goal is not to just drive off with everything. I want to have some good races, and we had some then. Shame about the ending. I'm not doing test course. We've not been to Rome tonight, so let's go to Rome and see how it's like. Am I a pop-up headlights guy? Yes. It depends on the car, but some good pop-up headlights. Yeah, I like a pop-up headlight. Okay, 3 600s, 1 compressor. I know there's a few British people in the chat. When you see CLK or SLK compressor, does anyone think of the Tiny Temper song? Or is that just me? CLK compressor, just in case that don't impress her. I'm not a massive Tiny Temper fan, but Pass Out. I remember so many lines of Pass Out. It's not a good song. He's got so many clothes, he keeps them in his nan's house. He's been Southampton, but he's never been to Scunthorpe. Never got to fly on the Concorde. Literally, there's so many lines of that song that are taking up valuable space in my head. And unfortunately, yes, that's exactly, Josh. Yeah. As every time I see an SLK or a CLK compressor, think of Tiny. Yes, the NSX does have good pop-ups. Right, I forgot to turn off the stability management and traction control. But so far, this isn't so bad until I got lent on by what looks like an Azurite Mercedes. Hello there. Hello there. Ooh, bloody hell. Did I just get rear-ended, or did I really just not brake for that corner? Right, I'm going to get through this one. Oof, the understeer is still a thing. Jesus. I mean, it's probably not... Probably not to expect. It's not going to be the most nimble thing. Fucking hell. It's like trying to corner a trifle. What the fuck is going on? Oh, hello. Bloody hell. He's late for a meeting. Okay. Oh, mounting the curb. Standard Mercedes driver. Come on. Okay, couple of tweaks required, I think, maybe. You know I'm a sucker for weight reduction. There we go, I'm going to lean on one of them now, for good measure. Wasn't good. Warship racing. Do you see my comment about United? I'll check back in a second. I think might have been mid-race. I will check it. So performance-wise, this isn't so bad. Again, not the best bit of driving, and I do think... I mean, to be fair, it feels heavy with active stability management on. What's it going to be like without? There's a printer emergency at the stock market. That's I want to see a Black Sea. Okay, I think Russian Mafia need to run. It's rough. Let me find this about United if I can. About it being good for the club. To be fair, I do see your point. Because you just think, if they keep middling, the culture shock of Manchester, because this is the thing, they're not Manchester United anymore. They're not all that era is over. It's gone. You've been very lucky to get some of the results and league finishes you've had, as far as I'm concerned, over the last few seasons. So, I don't disagree with that, to be fair. Right. To be fair, though, it's in such a big it does feel like, would it just pop? Would it go under just pop? Which I'm sure would make many people happy. Right, yeah. I'm going to do weight reduction. That's not the place I need to be at all. I'm going to do weight reduction. I think, yeah, tyres and suspension is always a good shout as well with this. I don't think I want to go all the way with tyres, though. I don't think I need to put in, like, full-on racing tyres. Oh, I'm not going to put full-on racing tyres on. Oh, we'll just put the sports tyres on. Fine. Yeah, that'll do. And then suspension. Yeah, it's a culture shock. It would absolutely get them out of that mindset of, you know. Right. Semi-racing, that was it. And it keeps us above 100k. Let's remember to turn off those assists this time. For fans, yeah, I just still think the club think this is a blip. I think it's the club that needs the culture shock more than anything. And by the club, I mean the higher-ups at the club. Not the poor fuckers who are having to foot the shit end of the stick for it. Like I said, Amorim's comments are like, oh, our goal's to win the Premier League. You're not in that position yet. You've got to do a lot of work. And to be fair, it reminds me of, what was it, Ralph Rangnick said? Used words to the effect of, like, open heart surgery on the club. He was right. Okay. Before we go into the race, turn these things off. See, there is an unfortunate catch-22, though. And you're right there. The Glazers came in because the club's profitable and would only leave when it stops being profitable. The problem is, when the club is not profitable, there's not that many people who would want to buy a football club. Even a successful club is a money pit. So it's a dangerous game, hoping for that. And yeah, Ralph did well at the Euros. What if Arrow's F1 team have a silver livery and also powered by Mercedes? What? I'm getting confused with the Black Sauber. My brain just broke then. I don't know what to do with any of that. I'm going to leave it. Right. Let's go. For some reason, you said Arrows with a silver livery powered by Mercedes, and for some reason the 94 Sauber popped into my head, and it took me a good few seconds to realise that I was thinking of the wrong thing. Right, let's see how we go. Okay, immediately that feels a bit more nimble through one. Oh, gold! Oh! Fancy pants Rich McGee over here. It's Lord Sugar, who's graced us with his presence. Okay guys, I don't know where you're going, but if you want to go over there, that is absolutely fine by me. Rome is lovely. Explore as much as you can. I mean, this is... I've never been. This is the most of Rome I've seen. Oh, excuse me. Tried to look at chat while powering out of a corner. How long are we on? 2.5 hours. I reckon... Oh, excuse me. Clearly, I think I've got this in the bag with the way I just keep staring at different things other than the circuit. Let's see if we can one and done this. And that will be our stream. And we'll save... Oh, do we save test course for last? Or do we finish on an actual good race? Why did they make test course so long? Like, I get for it being a test course, fine. But when you're actually doing a race around it, bloody hell. The thumb flattener. No more bullying Bullion. Poor guy. I'm still torn about who to go with for the next attempt of that wet season. Don't know when it's going to be, by the way. Just whenever I can fit it in, but I want to try it again in the not too distant future, so don't forget everything that I learned from this playthrough. Part of me thinks to stick with 40, but go as Deniz. Part of me thinks Bullion, but that will give us a slight performance boost. Or do I go the full hardest version of the challenge and go as Mimo in the Simtech? Because then, not only would we start the first 5 races in 26th, we'd start the rest of the season 25th. And that's 1 extra place throughout the entire season. Don't need an answer now. I'll leave that with you. I'll think about it. At least Complex String has corners, though. Like, I know that there's some annoying corners, but at least you've got something to do. Otherwise, you know, test course is just not the one. Okay, let's earn some money back. Yeah, let's do test course next. They had to overuse test course because they wiped out a bunch of very good tracks. Yeah, I didn't notice this when I originally bought the game, and you know, back in 2001, because I thought the game felt massive in terms of the car list and the tracks. But actually, I've noticed on this playthrough, it is much smaller compared to other Gran Turismo games. Car list especially. Bullion. I'd go with Bullion maybe, because maybe I'd be overestimating my abilities with trying to do it with a Simtech. Yeah, I also missed the fact there's no used car thing in this one as well. If I remember rightly, there were only 2 games without the used car market in. And that's main Gran Turismo games, not including the Concepts or GT Sport. I think it's this one and the first one. All the others have a used car market. I believe 7 does as well. What's your opinion on Cadillac? Yeah, great to have an 11th team. Long time coming. Yeah. I hope they go well, and I hope they can stick about. I think it's right that F1's got... Ideally 12 teams would be great, but good to have them in. Take your tinfoil hat off, bois. I know we're not involved in much as much conspiracy theories this season, but it is funny to see Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, and City fans all claim that the league is fixed against them. Admittedly, the standard of refereeing is proper shite, like noticeably shite, but I don't think it's fixed, I just think it's incompetence. That's true, I can read chat. Brr. Yes. Brr indeed. Let's see how flat I can get my thumb. Feel sorry for that poor guy at the back. Oh dear. He's having a very rough time of it. I don't know, I feel like their value as an asset is dropping year on year. I feel like it's become less valuable. It would be cool to see Hyundai. Remember Peugeot's last attempt, at least at the end, wasn't great. Was that their last kind of appearance in Formula 1 when they were powering Prost with those terrible engines? And they had like credible reliability problems. No worries, Josh. Thanks for watching. Glad you enjoyed it. Take care, mate. See you soon. Hopefully there'll be another GP2 or F1 challenge soon. Look forward to it. It's always fun. Or GeoGuessr, to be fair. Do enjoy the fun. But yeah, have a good one, mate. Yeah, look at the speed of the Mercedes. Can we touch 279? We do. 280. Oh. Absolutely. I'd be up for that, Josh. Give me a shout when you're thinking of doing it. Yeah, I'd be happy to jump back in for comms again. It was a lot of fun. Yes, yeah, that was the. I think it was not 2008, 1998, or was it 99? They went through 57 engines. That wasn't a good one. Prost, yeah, Prost even himself later admitted he was not good at it and it was a mistake. But the engines weren't his fault. It's quite flat. It's quite flat. It's... comparison. Deary me. No, 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 no. Right, one more to go. Final race of the night. We can maybe one and done another competition and get one step closer. Oh, I immediately lose the controller. That's good. Was it 2000? I have been punctured. Didn't even spot where we're going. Trial Mountain again. Reverse to finish off. We've just reversed the Earth's rotation with all that speed. Okay. I think we've got enough in the car to finish with hopefully a pretty strong one. Well, that sounds like some intense button mashing, Martins. Okay. Oh, for crying out loud. Don't do this now. No! I've got no steering, I've got no brakes, I can't pause the game. Come on! Reconnect! Come on! I will do some testing with the DualShock 4 next time. Oh dear. Right, wow, we've got some work to do now. See if we can do this. I think we might still do this, to be honest. I think we might have enough, as long as we don't have any more disconnects. Oh, you taking the fucking piss. Stop it. It's haunted. Every time I get near that green one, the game is using voodoo. It's clearly unhappy at my blocking tactics at Grand Valley Speedway. Right. If this happens again now... Ooh. Spin up the rears, right. It's like walking on eggshells. I'm just trying not to move the controller. God, this is taking me back to like, you had a dodgy wire in your bloody PS1 or PS2 remote. It will work, but you do need to hold the controller a certain way for it to continue to work. Okay. And I know I'm not speaking, but I'm just concentrating on being still. The controller can't see me if I hold very, very still. Okay. Oh! Jesus. Yeah, agreed, Axel. That was a much more cost-effective choice. And we win some money back. Lovely, another competition. So, let me guess. Are we going to win the more expensive Mercedes now? Because surely the game's not going to give me the touring car at this point. This is it. I don't think it's going to give me the touring car. It's giving me the fucking convertible. Well. Shit. That's the worst car than I've just used. And in reality, many people would do that competition with the convertible. Shit. Right, well, the good news is we've completed the Legend of the Silver Arrow, which leaves just the Audi TT race and the Type R meeting, and of course the GT World Championship. What I am going to do immediately is I'm selling that convertible, because the SLK compressor do not impress me. So it's going magma red. Goodbye. I still think I could get rid of this RX-7, to be honest, because it's down a lot on power. It's also a turbo car, it's also an FR car, it's also Japanese. I think I'm going to sell this RX-7. Oh, it looks cool though, doesn't it? Could be Knight Rider. I'm so bad that I get, like, attached to these cars. I kind of don't want to sell it, because it actually is the better looking RX-7, I think. I think that looks better than the other one. It's got sharper lines, it's meaner. I'm keeping it. Fine. Love it. Right. So, how much have we done? We've done another 2%, 2.1% completed. Our win ratio is up to 40%. So that's good news as well. The RX-7 did the old puppy dog eyes and absolutely got me. It is day 186. We have 155,000 in the bank, so slightly, no, up on where we started. We've won 2 competitions, and we came so close in the GT World Championship. I think next time we try the GT World Championship again, maybe with some improved grip, and I reckon the brake balance controller. And then we see what we end up with from there. Maybe I'll have the money to just try and buy the cars to then finish off the beginner league entirely. That might be the plan. What Indian city would be good for FE? I've never been, despite my hair. I would like to go. Try Goa? I've just said Goa, and I don't know if it's an Indian city now. Yeah, Goa is in the north, isn't it? By the coast. Try Goa. Yeah, 17.1%. Yeah. Well, technically, to answer your question, Bar, if you went there now, it wouldn't be India anymore. It would technically be Pakistan. It was India at the time. So, yeah. Stick with India, though. We still say Indian heritage. Anyway, not the point. I got completely sidetracked then. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone joining in for this one. I didn't know what the audience would be like compared to the F1 streams, because people like different things, but I'm glad people have come and joined and enjoyed it. Definitely much more chatting and chilling in this one, at least when I don't have to concentrate on the race. I would like to apologise to the people of Wigan. I'd like to apologise because I said bad things about the people of Newcastle and Middlesbrough, so I'd like to apologise to them as well. I'd like to apologise to everyone for being a Manchester United fan, and I would like to just apologise for the time you've spent with me. But thank you so much. I'm glad people have enjoyed it. I really appreciate it, guys. I hope you have a really good weekend, and yeah, hopefully I will see you for another one very soon. Cheers, guys. Take care.